count for me, they understand, they talk for me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's trying, I feel tension rising. I hear voices in my head, they count for me, they understand, they talk for me. They talk for me. They tell me things that I will do, they show me things I'll do to you. They talk for me. They talk to me. All the lawyers are defenseless, all the doctors are disease, and the preachers are sinners, and police just take the grease. All the judges, you are guilty, all the bosses are on fire, all your banks will have losses, politicians all the liars. I see darkness falling, I hear voices calling, I feel justice crawling, I see faith has fallen. I hear voices in my head, they count for me, they understand, they talk for me. They talk for me. They tell me things that I will do, they show me things I'll do to you. They talk for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at one of the all-time greats in our industry, a surefire Hall of Famer, and a man who, if he wins tonight, will be one win away, one championship win away from tying John Cena and Ric Flair with the most world titles of all time at 16. Orton and Triple H are tied at 14. Orton understands the importance of tonight, the importance of heading into history.
Randy Orton, the picture of serene calm, the main event of a premium live event, a place he has been countless times over the past 20 years. He looks ready.
You stop questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood.
It is a scene that never gets old. Randy Orton is embracing what he calls the prime of his career. He believes he's going to win 15. He thinks he's going to win 16. He told me in an interview on the Countdown Show he's going to win 17 world championships.
Just a spectacle in itself, watching this man walk out in front of a packed-out arena who worship him and everything he's achieved. And how smart is the Viper, keeping that heart rate low. He's done this dance many times. Don't hype yourself up too much and exhaust yourself before that opening bell is even rung.
He came up to me today, you know what he told me? Cole, get my weight right. I'm now 285.
What a specimen. And Gunther needs to hit top gear tonight if he's going to manage to contend with the massive arsenal and experience of the Viper.
It is the stoic look that never changes. The ring general is all business. But tonight he'll soak it all in front of many family members, many friends who are here tonight.
I asked Gunther if there were going to be any jitters given the high pressure home situation with all the family out here. He told me very simply, if you are prepared correctly, then you are immune to nerves.
Born just over the southern border of Germany in Vienna, Austria, Gunther became a professional wrestling icon as part of the West Side Extreme Wrestling here in Germany. A three-time unified world champion and considered a local hero.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship! Introducing the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 290 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton! And his opponent,
Sehr verehrten Damen und Herren! Ladies and gentlemen, I demand all your gratitude for your World Heavyweight Champion. The ring general, Gunther.
Well, it's a shame the greatest in the world, Samantha Irvin, wasn't allowed to do that, but Ludwig Kaiser, Gunther's Imperium stablemate, does the honors here tonight, and we are about to get underway. It is for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is Gunther's first title defense since defeating Damian Priest earlier this month at SummerSlam. It is in Gunther's adopted hometown of Berlin, Germany, in front of a sellout record-breaking crowd of 13,144. The first time these two men met at the King of the Ring final, there was not a definitive victory. Randy Orton's shoulders were not down, but Gunther was awarded the win. Tonight, it's for all the marbles. Orton on the cusp of history. Gunther looking for the biggest win of his career. Live at Bash in Berlin.
Atmosphere like a Bundesliga match, Cole. Union Berlin versus Bayern Munich, perhaps.
And if there's one man who has enough ice in his veins to weather the early emotional storm, it is Randy Orton. He's the apex predator for a reason.
Randy Orton is about to face the most unstoppable force the continent of Europe has ever created in the wrestling industry on home soil. What a huge mountain to climb if Orton is going to become a 15-time world champ.
Anyone you talk to in the world will tell you that Gunther is one of the best in the world today. Randy Orton told me that after their battle at King of the Ring. Miz talked about it on the Countdown show today. In the physical and mental battle you have to fight when you're in the ring with Gunther.
And you want to know who believes that statement more than anyone else on planet Earth? Big Gunther himself wants to leave no stone unturned, no question mark, no asterisk over his reign as the World Heavyweight Champion.
Veteran WWE official Charles Robinson, who has called main events all around the planet, is officiating this matchup tonight for the World Heavyweight title. It is champion's advantage for Gunther. Randy Orton must either pin or submit to win his 15th World Championship. And a nice headlock takedown by Gunther, and Randy Orton sends a little message of his own. Side headlock takedown by Randy, and Gunther follows up in suit.
Two competitors completely unfazed by this pressure cooker atmosphere, by the magnitude of this situation. Two men, the picture of composure in the main event of a premium live event for the gold.
You know, Wade, Hall of Famer John Bradshaw Layfield, our good friend, once said that if Randy Orton enjoying the atmosphere as well. The point I was making is JBL once said that if he was going to build a professional wrestler from the ground up, it would be Randy Orton. I think many people today would say the same thing about Gunther.
Yeah, it's a different generation. Obviously, we talk about the experience differential of Randy Orton, but these are the two finest specimens you can imagine creating in a lab.
So let me ask you this, Wade. You've been in a lot of hostile environments in your career. If you're Orton, what do you do to win the title tonight?
Hostile environment for a veteran like Randy Orton, you just roll with it. You just accept, hey, I'm in foreign turf. It's been about 15 years since Randy hasn't been the most popular man in the building. He shrugs it off. He locks in on his opponent, and he goes for that devastating RKO. It's what he does best.
And it's not often that we see Gunther, if ever, rattled. Can he get rattled, though, because of this emotion and support from over 13,000 tonight?
99.999% of wrestlers who've ever competed, absolutely yes. But Gunther does not suffer from human weaknesses like emotion, like the rest of us. That's how he's built different. We have a Mexican wave going on in here now.
And here's the deal with Gunther. I mean, for most of his career, he's been a champion. When he was the NXT UK champion, he held the title for 870 days. When he was Intercontinental champion, he held the title for 666 days. I asked if he could last longer as the world champ. Oh, he looked at me and said, yeah.
He expects to, he demands to. He would be disgusted with himself if he fails in pursuit of that. The man is a preparation machine. Does a deep dive on how to dismantle every opponent. And let's not forget this, Randy Orton took on Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser a couple of weeks ago. All that data would have been downloaded into the mind of Gunther in his preparation.
You know, there's another thing brought up on the Countdown show today by our own Jackie Redmond, and, I think it was Kathleen Kelly, and she said that Gunther's been on these live events all week long in very physical battles with the likes of Ilya Dragunov heading into tonight. Randy Orton has not wrestled all week long. Does that favor Gunther or favor Randy?
It's veteran smarts of Randy Orton. He's been tucked up in bed getting an early night. His place is going bananas.
And Randy Orton's playing along with it. And that's why he's the Viper. That's why he's the best psychological mind in the business.
Yeah, but you're right. Gunther's body has been battered all week by Ilya Dragunov. And get this, a real easy match against Sheamus, too. Two of the most physical guys we've ever seen in WWE.
Chop by Gunther. That stunned Randy a bit. And a chop by Gunther drops the Viper.
The man who can chop like no other. The chest of Randy Orton already beginning to show some welts. Fun and games are over now.
And a big uppercut by Gunther. Oh!
Gunther has not reacted to this audience once. He is locked in. He's not here for cheers. He's here for victory.
It is a celebration in Germany tonight. Not only, of course, Gunther defending the world title, but the fact that a WWE Premium Live event is being held for the very first time in this country. Our first televised show last night, SmackDown. First time in 27 years we've done TV here. It has been a celebration for many days in Germany. It'll be a celebration tonight if Gunther can retain. Randy fighting back though. Oh man, you hear that?
Oh man, I felt it. A lot's been made about the mass, the muscle mass that Randy Orton has added onto that frame in recent years. He's a huge, huge individual, but all that extra pec meat is not going to protect Randy at all against those chops.
And now Randy out to try to catch a breather, and Gunther not going to waste any time. And look at, just using the ring post to his advantage. He's got a 5 count here.
You get one up on Randy Orton, you make it count immediately. Don't give him any breathing room. So dangerous.
And now Gunther driven into the steel steps, shoulder first, and it buys Randy Orton some time.
Buys Randy Orton a lot of time. By the looks of Gunther, rarely do you see him down for this amount of time.
Well, you know, one of the interesting things, too, about Gunther, you see him favoring his shoulder now and his right arm. Randy Orton understands that so much of Gunther's game is power. His chops, you know, he delivers the spine buster and power bomb. Orton can take that out of the equation if he can take out the arm. And Orton continues to work on the arm now of Gunther. Smart move.
You're right, Cole. This is no accident whatsoever. This is cooked up in the devious, diabolical mind of Randy Orton.
And now driving Gunther again. Shoulder first into the steps.
Doubling down on the strategy. A one-armed Gunther is a much easier proposition to take down than the full form of the ring general.
And this is the old Randy Orton, the Randy Orton that has no absence of malice.
I like the way he's looking our way, Cole.
Indeed. Now Randy Orton with Gunther up on the table.
Randy's starting to enjoy this a little too much.
The WWE fans trying to rally the champion who just rolls off the table to the floor, and now Orton on the attack. But remember, Randy's got to get him in the ring. Randy Orton has not, Gunther has the champion's advantage.
Well, this has been a very different fight ever since the ring general connected with those ring steps.
And again, targeting the right arm of Gunther. Orton back into the ring at a count of 8 to break the count. Charles Robinson warning Randy, you gotta get Gunther in the ring.
Randy does not need the warning. This guy's a veteran. He knew exactly where the count was at. He knew the time he had. He executed perfectly. Like a cat playing with a mouse now.
And Gunther now, for the 4th time, Gunther is hurting, and I'm right here looking at him. You should see the bruise. I'm looking right over Gunther now, Wade. You should see the bruise that is developed on the right shoulder of Gunther. It is a major bruise, a major contusion now that has broken out on the shoulder of Gunther because of the attacks by Orton.
Yeah, well, that's surface level. I'm more concerned about what's going on deep in the joint of that shoulder. What's going on with the triceps, the ligaments, the tendons. That's the real worry. Forget the bruising.
And the thing is, I'm not sure if we've ever seen Gunther.
Attempted an RKO sleeper.
Yeah, he's looking for a sleeper, but again, the bad arm. The bad arm. Oh, delivered.
Hyperextension of that elbow twice.
There's been such great strategy by Randy Orton to really take down the world champion. And again, screaming in pain, cover by Orton, and a kick out by Gunther at 1. Again, Wade, I'm trying to think back over the last couple of years to when I've ever seen Gunther in a situation like this, when he's been physically beat up by his opponent. There have been close calls for Gunther. Chad Gable took him to a limit a couple of times. Of course, Sami Zayn with a big win at WrestleMania. But I'm not sure if I've ever seen Gunther in this type of pain, in this type of trouble like he is right now with Orton.
I mean, it's rare, but the truth is, whenever Gunther has been in this predicament, he's almost always found a way out. Sheamus has beaten and battered the ring general.
Oh, and again, right back to the injured arm. Cover by Orton, looking for a 15 World Championship reign.
No matter how battered the ring general is, he tends to find a way back. I will not write anybody off at this point, although things are looking good for the Viper.
But Randy Orton also looking down at Gunther, and he's got to be getting respect. Gunther continues to kick out. There's so much fight left in this champion, Gunther. He's one of the toughest men that you've ever seen.
It's no shock, it's no surprise to Randy Orton when he's doing a deep dive on Gunther's entire career, and of course, knows all about the physicality of the Austrian from the final of the controversial King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah, that King of the Ring tournament that Gunther won in, to Wade's point, in controversial fashion, earned Gunther an opportunity at the world title at SummerSlam, in which Gunther capitalized on to win the gold. And now Randy Orton with a fall-away slam, speaking of JBL, as we did earlier tonight. And again, landing on the shoulder of Gunther.
What happened to the neck of Randy Orton in the process of executing that fall-away slam?
Again into the cover for the World Championship, and Gunther again kicks it 1.
You've got to remember, there's a lot of miles on the clock of Randy Orton. We've seen this guy for years and years fighting the best, putting his body on the line, ending up in hospitals, ending up with surgeries. We'll reference at least to an issue with the neck briefly there from Orton, although he seems over it now.
Well, he's a guy just like confusion surgery, Wade. Missed a year and a half of his career. Told me he never thought he was going to make it back. He had to have some experimental type of surgery in order to just get back into the ring and be in this condition tonight.
Yeah, we all heard that in the locker room. We heard the scuttlebutt. Randy ain't coming back. Randy's done. Well, thank goodness that did not turn out to be the case.
And Gunther hung on and delivers one of his first offensive blows in a while. And then a clothesline to Orton as well. But every time he delivers one with that bad right arm, doesn't have quite enough oomph behind it. And again, see, just not quite enough power that Gunther's used to when he delivers that clothesline.
I want to be clear, that is a devastating clothesline that Randy is eating. It's just not 100% of what Gunther can usually give you. And you're right, Randy's staying on his feet.
Well, Gunther, and runs into Orton again. Randy with a clothesline, and now goes the champion.
Now that's 100% of the Viper.
Randy ducked underneath, and there is vintage Orton. That is the power slam. Cover for the World Championship, and a kick out.
Nobody can pull off that move quite like Randy Orton.
Both men are down. Orton, Gunther, World Heavyweight title on the line.
I mean, if you're a betting man at this point, you put all your money on Randy Orton, who has had the momentum ever since that connection with the steel steps. Gunther looking like a very different man.
Orton was looking for that draping DDT, and Gunther used his left arm that time to deliver a chop.
Hyper-extending the spine of Randy Orton over those ropes. May have been a desperate move for Gunther, just trying to get out of harm's way, but it's hurt the Viper.
And now Gunther realizes he's got to pull out the stops here. He's got to change his offense up a little bit. And again, took too much time with that bad arm trying to make it to the top rope. Oh, goodness. And a headbutt.
Well, Orton smells blood here. He knows he's got the champ rocked. He knows he's got him hurt, and he knows he needs to go in for the kill.
Orton perched on the second rope. Gunther there as well. Up to the top now, high above the ring. Dangerous superplex from Orton. And that is a dangerous move. Again, we go back to the back surgery that and the neck issues that Randy Orton's had. High-risk maneuver for the challenger here.
Well, Randy's been pulling off that move his entire career. It was what his dad, the cowboy Bob Orton, used to do. And Randy is devastating with it. Although in that moment, Randy may well have been his own worst enemy.
Cover, kick out by Gunther.
And you see the cover, it was one arm gingerly draped over Gunther. There was no leverage in the pin whatsoever because Randy's also hurt.
It is a record-setting crowd tonight. 13,149 at the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany. Gunther, the champion, Orton, the challenger. In what has been one of the most physical matchups you'll witness.
Gunther has career-long disdain for those who don't meet his high standards in that ring. That disdain not apparent tonight against Randy.
Yeah, for Gunther, the mat is sacred. Oh, did you hear that?
Hurt Gunther in the process, but certainly Orton is aware there's still fight in the champ.
Now Orton with a patented uppercut. And Gunther with a chop. And one from Randy. And Gunther and Randy. Every time Gunther throws a blow with that right hand, he's feeling it. Right there, see?
Yeah, he's fighting through the pain barrier because the gold is on the line. A lesser man would have tapped out if the gold wasn't present. Not Gunther, though.
Now Gunther starting to build some momentum and fight back in this. Could Gunther be the better? Oh, Randy!
A referee saw the whole
Oh, Randy!
I mean, arguably a disqualification right there, Cole.
Randy went old school there. Well, referee Charles Robinson letting a lot go in this matchup. We saw that earlier when Randy was bouncing Gunther off the announce table for a while. This is for the world title. Charles Robinson has refereed many world championship matches in his career. He knows what to let go. And now Orton on the second rope with Gunther. And right there now is vintage Randy Orton. The draping DDT to Gunther. It's all about that. The World Heavyweight Championship.
Randy's hearing those voices, but it ain't in his head for once. This entire audience thinks they know what is coming next.
I think Randy may be going to that special place. Staring down at the world title, waiting for Gunther to make it back to his feet. Randy Orton, the Viper, waiting to strike. Into position.
The sound you never want to hear when you're in a ring with Randy Orton.
I don't think Gunther knows where he's at.
And that's the problem.
Randy Orton measuring his opponent. Went for the RKO. Gunther with a German suplex.
And Randy landed high on that spine. The neck that's given him issues earlier in this matchup took the brunt of that landing.
And you have to believe, Wade, Gunther being as smart as he is a technician in the ring. He well aware of the surgically repaired back and neck of Randy Orton. And you had to wonder when he was going to turn the attack to that part of the body.
Of course, this game is about weak spots. And let's not forget, Randy's a family man. He's got 5 kids. Wants to be able to play with them, throw a ball with them. Gunther knows about that. He's now messing with the mind of Orton too.
And there it is, that Corey Graves likes to call it the T-Rex drop kick from Gunther, taking Orton down. And now Gunther heading up to the top rope. And a big splash to Orton. Bad arm and all, hooks with his good arm, and Orton able to kick out.
A unique way to hook a leg thanks to the injury to the right arm of Gunther. And once again, Gunther stringing together high impact moves like this splash immediately after the drop kick is part of why Gunther has seen so much success in that ring in WWE. Changing the game before our eyes.
This is what you do to yourself, to battle for a world championship. Wade, you've had that opportunity in your career. You leave everything out there because it may never come to you again.
That's it. You always think as a competitor there's going to be more. Sometimes it just ain't the case. And who knows how much longer Randy Orton's career is going to last. If he's going to break any records, he needs victory here. Cannot give up.
And now Gunther feeling the momentum from this capacity crowd. Randy Orton lifted up by Gunther. Orton able to, and again, the arm gave out. The arm gave out and Gunther was not able to deliver the power bomb.
It's a signature maneuver from Gunther, whose mind is now whirring through. What else have I got?
And now with his good arm, the left arm of Gunther that has not been damaged in this matchup. A clothesline delivered to Orton. And Gunther's been great being able to change his offense on the fly. And again, he's going to try maybe for a powerbomb here, Wade.
Maybe changing up the technique.
And again, just can't get Randy up with that bad arm.
Well, that's 275 pounds.
290.
290, my bad, of Randy Orton. That is a heavy body with 2 good hands. With 1 ruined arm, perhaps no chance.
And Gunther, does he have anything left? Can he dig down deep? Does he have enough adrenaline to get Randy Orton up? Because that powerbomb would be devastating to the back of Orton.
And it's a rare procedural tactical mistake from the ring general. 3 attempts, 3 failures for Gunther. He has to move on. He's being stubborn.
And now Randy Orton trying to power his way out of this. Has Gunther up on his shoulders. Gunther lands on his feet. Now the power of Gunther. Got Randy up for the power bomb. Gunther into the cover. Hook of the leg on Orton, who kicks out at 2.
Well, I can sit here and write off the ring general Gunther. You're making mistakes. He made me eat my words. My bad. Gunther knows best. This man knows what he's capable of more than anyone else.
But was that a last-ditch effort for Gunther? Did he put everything into that power bomb that Orton was able to kick out of?
It was a kick out from Orton, but Orton has barely moved since. He is ripe for the pickings now, Cole. And even if Orton does survive in this match for now, for how much longer?
Gunther believes he's closing in on a victory.
And it's soul destroying for Orton. You think you've damaged that arm enough that he cannot pull off the powerbomb. He proved you wrong. He's not as hurt as you thought he was.
And Gunther again with Orton up, just not able to pull it off again. Randy Orton, RKO! RKO! Out of nowhere! Cover for the championship! Gunther kicked out!
Millisecond away from number 15 for Orton. And when Gunther went for an extra powerbomb out of nowhere, Gunther promised he would never be caught out of nowhere. He was, but it wasn't enough.
Randy Orton talking to himself. He can't believe Gunther kicked out of the RKO. Randy cannot believe it. He was able to hit it. Gunther was able to kick out. And now Orton's got to figure out, what do I do now?
This matchup balanced on a knife edge now. Orton is hurting in a big way. Gunther perhaps even more so.
Our German friends better move out of the way, because Randy Orton going to do everything he can to win a 15th World Championship. Both men have been physically destroyed, devastated.
And even without the pain factor, which is obvious, just the sheer exhaustion of carrying these massive frames around for the past, what, 20, 25 minutes?
You got to wonder what Randy has in mind here. Gunther is really hurt. He still hasn't recovered from the RKO. Randy Orton now with steel steps. Now, we know Randy can't use them as a weapon because he'd be disqualified, and Gunther would keep the title. So you have to wonder what Orton's thinking about doing here.
Well, those are damn heavy steel steps. Orton expelling a lot of energy just moving them around. I don't know how much energy Orton has to waste at this point in the matchup.
We better turn around, because Gunther just has fallen out of the ring and is right back fighting Randy Orton again. And now Gunther bouncing Randy Orton off our announce table. And now Gunther trying to take control. And right to the midsection by Orton. And Randy Orton again. And now Randy Orton with Gunther up and down onto the steps.
Gunther tried his best to block that pickup from Randy, knowing full well the spine of Randy is hurt. But Randy just deadlift muscled him up. No give whatsoever in steel. But Orton's got to get the ring general in the ring.
Randy trying to figure out, what do I do now? I drop this guy on the steps on his spine. He's still crawling around.
Both men's bodies savaged. And if Orton has anything to do with it, it's going to get a lot worse for Gunther.
Well, Gunther trying to get away from Orton, rolled under the bottom rope, and what that did was forced Charles Robinson to stop the count, Wade. So Gunther inadvertently may have hurt himself there. He could have picked up a count-out win and kept the title, but I think just to get out of harm's way, he rolled back into the ring, and it forced Charles to break the count.
Which is the problem at this point in a matchup. You don't have all your mental faculties right now. You're not thinking clearly. You've been punched in the face 300 times by Randy Orton. Brain might be operating at about 20% now.
Now Randy Orton dragging Gunther outside the ring again. Randy Orton, what is he planning to do? Kick now to Gunther, bounces him right off our announce table. Gunther in trouble as Randy breaks the count.
He had to. He doesn't want to win this by count, Alex.
He can't. He doesn't win the title. He's got to pin or submit Gunther. And now right back to work. That is not the bad arm. Now he has the bad arm. The right arm bounces Gunther off the steps. And again, Randy Orton has taken the fight to Gunther here.
Well, Randy Orton has turned barbaric and sadistic.
Yes, this has just turned into an absolute vicious all-out assault by Randy Orton. And now Randy Orton using the steps to his advantage, lifting Gunther up to the top of the steps. And driving Gunther through the table. Now Randy's got to get him back in the ring. Randy, you got to get him in the ring. You got to get him in the ring, Randy, to win the damn title. Randy, get him in the ring to win the title. Come on.
Gunther is a beaten man. partisan Gunther fans, but even they are showing respect to the Viper Randy Orton as Gunther's chances of successfully defending the title perhaps slide away.
And again, yeah, I really got to give the official credit in this matchup, Wade, because Charles Robinson, understanding that this crowd is here, capacity crowd, record crowd, he's letting these two fight, letting these two beat the hell out of one another in what has been a great main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. And now Orton trying to drag Gunther back into the ring.
The final of the King of the Ring tournament was controversial. Nobody wants that today.
Especially not Randy.
We want a conclusive victory one way or the other, and you're right, credit to the referee on that.
And now Randy back into the ring, measuring Gunther, the world champion. Randy taking his time. This is old school Orton here. Randy wanting to psychologically batter his opponent. Now in position to put the champ away. Orton went for the RKO, shoved away by Gunther.
Hard landing on the spine of the Viper, who perhaps took a little too long getting the ring general back in there.
And now Gunther sleeper locked into Randy. Randy Orton's in trouble, center of the ring with the sleeper in.
It's panic in the eyes of the Viper now, how quickly the tables have turned.
Randy went for the RKO, Gunther shoved him away, saw his opening, pounced on Orton, who was feeling the back pain, and now the sleeper's in.
The sleeper is locked in, and Orton has to hope that right arm of Gunther isn't tight enough to lock it in. The injury issue on that right arm, is it loose enough to get out?
Orton trying to do what he can to break the sleeper,
Orton's
but
fading.
Gunther's got it locked in. And now Orton slings him away, but Gunther keeps hanging on.
Well, was that the last roll of the dice for Randy Orton?
Orton's face is turning a beet red here.
Those eyes are starting to look like black pits.
And you notice he slipped the arm even deeper underneath the chin.
You make a mistake, Gunther well capitalized.
Randy back to his feet, last gasp effort, perhaps for the #1 contender for the world title.
That right arm of Gunther is weak. Randy's manipulating it.
Randy trying to force a break here. Finally gets out of the sleeper. Looked like he was going for, and a chop right to the back of the neck. And again into the sleeper by Gunther.
Perhaps locked on even tighter this second time around.
Was that Randy Orton's last gasp?
Desperately trying to fill those lungs with oxygen. Incapable of blocking those shots to the temple, though.
And the sleeper again, and Randy Orton foam from the mouth. Gunther locked in. Randy trying to escape. One more time. One more maximum effort. With Gunther up on his back. Randy Orton trying to somehow force a break here.
And Orton's mind must be spinning.
And he does. And he finally does.
Finally, blood and oxygen return.
No, Gunther! Gunther did not allow him to recuperate. Gunther with a sleeper in again. And now he's got his legs wrapped around the waist. Randy's got nowhere to go.
Man, you don't recover from a sleeper in a matter of seconds. It takes minutes.
And Gunther, look at the well-placed elbows to the throat and the neck. And again, back into the sleeper. He's got Randy wrapped up like a constrictor around the neck and the head and the waist of Randy Orton. Orton may be fading here. Randy Orton may be fading.
We might see the unthinkable. Orton might be about to tap out.
Randy Orton is passed out. Gunther retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Daring General Gunther!
Well, unlike King of the Ring, this was a decisive win for the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther tonight. One of the biggest of his entire career.
That man is simply not human. written off several times in that matchup. Overwhelming display of offense from the Viper, Randy Orton, one of the greatest this industry has ever seen.
Rarely will you see a matchup as physical as we just witnessed. Gunther proving to the world that he is one of the greats.
This is when Gunther went for one powerbomb too many. Immediately regretted it. RKO, Randy pounced. Randy almost got the victory, but it wasn't enough.
And then Orton sending Gunther, the champ, through the table. And right here we believe that Randy Orton may be closing in on a 15th World Championship.
Sliding the body of the ring general back in there. Took a little too long. Amazing powers of recovery from Gunther. And then as Gunther locked in the sleeper, Randy tried his best to get the hell out of there. But all over Orton like a rash, squeezing the life out of the Viper, slowly but surely, until he faded to nothingness.
Gunther is a Terminator. He weathered the emotion of an unbelievable week in Europe. On his return to his adopted hometown of Berlin, Germany. Family and friends in attendance, over 13,000 strong, wishing him to keep the World Heavyweight title. And in the end, Gunther defeats one of the all-time greats in Randy Orton to solidify himself on the top of the mountain in WWE as the World Heavyweight Champion.